Hi everybody, Laura here from My Favorite Things. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a puppy themed project to share with you. Going to be featuring the Doghouse Dynamic set. This just came out in the latest December release. So what I'm doing is taking all the dies in the Doghouse Dynamic set, taking them off camera, running them through with some solid color cardstock. And what I did was I went online, the My Favorite Things website. I always like to do this and see, inspiration. I like to see when they show how it's supposed to look when you put all the pieces together. And I like the colors that they use. So, of course, grass, green, a red doghouse, and cute little aqua food bowl. And then there's a fence. So I kind of use the same colors they use. But you know what they say? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm gluing all the pieces together. And then for the background, thought I'd, spice it up and slip in a little rainbow kind of sunrise action. So I have my distress inks here in rainbow order. Candied apples, spiced marmalade, squeezed lemonade, twisted citron, and mermaid lagoon. My tried and true rainbow never lets you down. And I'm doing a very, very subtle little rainbow blend. It does not have to be perfect, because once you get a subtle little wash to begin with, then what I'm going to do is take a stencil. I'm actually going to be using this older stencil. It's called Sunrise Radiating Rays stencil, and I'm going to lay that down over top. I know My Favorite Things has a few different kind of ray stencils, different orientations, different ones. I think any of them will work. This was just the first one I grabbed. I saw the rays. I'm like, bada boom, bada bing. That's what I'm going to do. So I lay that down and I ink blend with the same colors. So like a tone on tone rainbow ray thingamajiggy happening here. It's very happy. It's very joyful. And that's what I think of when I think of a puppy dog house. I've never been like a huge, in my life, a huge dog lover. But you know what? Ever since getting our dog Hank, I am definitely a puppy dog lover. I've always been an animal lover. Growing up, I had a big black cat. His name was October. But secretly, I always wanted a monkey because my mom and dad both had monkeys. So I figured I should have one too. I never got one, but my grandma did live down the street from a pet store, and they had monkeys that I would go visit. And we would have conversations. Okay, so there's our rainbow background. Every once in a while, I get the itch for a little splotchy, flicky action. So I smushed that mermaid lagoon on an acrylic block and just flicked a little over the green and blue portion. And then I smushed a little candied apple and I flicked that over the warm tone section. And it just kind of gives you that dreamy, I don't know what it gives you, but whatever it gives you, I'm here for it. Okay, now for the puppy dog. This is a new set, and it is called Best of Friends. So there's a cute little critters in this set, different types of dogs, couple little cats. They didn't have a golden retriever, broke my heart, but they did have this cute little, what do you call this, Boston Terrier? I'm not sure, but he was cute, and I knew he would fit perfectly in the doorway of that doghouse. So I went with it. Here's my dog, Hank. He's a tank. Hank the Tank. He's got his Christmas bow on. And, I will admit, I bought a few scarves. I bought a Christmas bow. I also picked up a dog sweater at Walmart. Hey, in my defense, it was only $4. But he does not like wearing that sweater, but he looks so dang cute in it. And I do like to dress him up when he allows. Right now, he is having a heyday because on our pond, we're getting the ducks and the geese, and they're coming, and he just can't even handle it. Can't even handle himself. So, okay, I'm going to start assembling this card. I laid down a piece of green cardstock for like a grassy ground. Put a little bit of foam tape on that doghouse. I did die cut this little, this was part of the doghouse, and I did it out of like a slate. I'm going to use the leftover to slip in, so that will look like it's the inside of the doghouse. Pop up the Boston Terrier, flank each side with some sprigs of grass, and then I'll adhere the little bits of fencing. It really comes together pretty effortlessly, and there's probably a lot of different orientations and scenes you can come up with. I mean, if you have a friend or somebody you know who has a pet, a dog or a cat, I mean, this card would just brighten their day. It just makes you smile, and that's what it's all about. So you could add a cat in there or on top. Here's a little food bowl, but then I realized, I got to add a sentiment somewhere. This is what happens to me every time. I forget about the sentiment. So I pop this up on a white card base, and so I pull out my tried and true. Gosh, I've used this so many times. What is it? The Bitty Hugs and Kisses stamp set. It's just got the sentiments you need every time. When you don't know what to pull out the Bitty Hugs and Kisses, and you will find what you need. I'll tell you what. So I'm going to emboss this one. You Are My Favorite in white onto black, and just stamp that with some Versamark ink, heat emboss it. I'm going to trim it out into a little sentiment strip, and then I decided to put it right underneath the dog. So I moved the dog food bowl and pop up the sentiment, and then I'll put the food bowl right under there. So I'm saying to the dog, you're my favorite, and the dog is probably saying to the food, you're my favorite. Either way you go, everyone's happy. See, look at that. So fun and so cute and very customizable. I hope you enjoyed this video. And hey, we just want to tell you today, you are my favorite. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.